The Warriors seem to be targeting Porter Jr. and Murphy with their final shots. Both players fit the profile the Warriors want: shooting ability and size, and the habit of cutting and moving off screens. With an assisted field goal rate over 70%, as tall shooting forwards, they are the total opposite of Kuminga, who admits he needs to pound the rock to get in rhythm. Porter has even more extreme length and athleticism than Murphy. They do not call him White KD for nothing. The contested pull-up is his trademark. The key is simply his size. If you cannot bother the catch right off the screen, the finish is basically just up to his touch. Like we mentioned in the Clay videos, if a shooter wants volume, the secret is usually not just the shooting stroke. Porter has physical tools way beyond a standard shooter. He crashes the offensive glass better than average wings. This season with the Nets, he was a truly resource-heavy scorer, using tons of screens and movement, and passing to feed his finishing. He also had more open floor situations and chances to push the ball himself. His box score numbers look pretty good, but the fact Denver swapped him for the more balanced and mediocre Cam Johnson, and even when Johnson struggled early on, they never admitted any regret. It naturally highlights the issues plaguing Denver for years. His lack of shot creation goes without saying, but the Warriors do not need high. I'm to dribble much. Actually, the vets here can create but struggle to finish, so they need someone to eat up those chances. His bigger problem is his weak passing awareness. He is a pretty standard play finisher. With his off-ball gravity, he theoretically shifts the defense locally and could help teammates if he moved the ball. But he lacks that instinct. He became a player who absorbs resources, but only returns stats on paper. Teammates rarely benefit from his scoring. His impact is limited to the possessions he scores on. We have seen the Embiid case before. A core piece offering no value outside scoring should not be the focus of tactical investment, but rather a safety valve when plays break down. But Porter obviously lacks high-level creation and is easily rattled by tough defense or mental swings from inconsistent play. So he is essentially a low ROI jump shooter. Although it is not entirely his fault, the Nets did end up with the worst offensive efficiency in the league. As for defense, do not get me started. Cannot guard the perimeter, cannot recover inside. That basically sums it up. Sure, his size allows for occasional rim protection or boards, but Denver protected him more than Jokic on defense. There is definitely a reason for that. His lateral movement is locked up by his back, and his awareness is weak. Even with decent rebounding numbers, his defensive impact is consistently dead last, is less than #2, showing how poor his rotation habits are. Occasional blocks do not save his reputation on that end. The Warriors rely heavily on defensive IQ. In that regard, Porter is basically the Kuminga of defense, with the game becoming more physically demanding. If the Warriors want a healthy playoff run, better not put Curry and Porter on both sides of Draymond. As for Murphy, he is certainly a more disciplined player. Elite shooting and decent passing out of pick and rolls, and defense that fits his frame, even if his build limits him from making some Porter plays. He gives the team more controlled possessions. As for the miraculous stuff, the Warriors should rely on Curry and Butler to raise the defensive ceiling anyway. This is actually the real need. In a forward trade for the Warriors, Murphy is not a pressure defender like Herb Jones, but he is passable. He has better secondary ball handling skills, fitting well with Zion, Ingram, and now Poole and Quinn. Just looking at his technical profile, no reason to doubt his fit with the Warriors. He is the ideal third option forward in this era. That is why he costs a first-rounder more than Porter. The bigger questions are cost and likelihood. Watch enough NBA trades, and you realize management holds out for value way more than fans do. Selling only after peak value passes is common. The Pelicans are in no rush to move Murphy, especially seeing Bane fetch 4 first-row. Unders, is their asking price for Murphy? Really only 3 firsts. As for the Warriors, their long-term dynasty plans are gone, along with the collapse of the 2-timeline strategy, but dropping 3 first-rounders is basically spending all their ammo. After Curry retires, not saying it will be a disaster, but a period of turbulence is unavoidable. After all, Murphy is not Luka. He cannot guarantee 3 to 5 years of contention. Of course, that is a future problem for the Warriors. Prioritizing the final years of Curry's contract is probably the more realistic goal. Finally, compared to Murphy and Porter, I actually hope the Warriors make an offer for Markkanen, also a shooting forward with a 70% assisted rate. Lauri is the better overall player. He is not necessarily a better shooter than them, not as dynamic as Porter, Not as good a playmaker as Murphy, but he possesses the best size of the three, getting the most production at the rim and rebounding. In Utah, he learned to operate from the elbow, experience in off-ball actions and helping teammates, and he forces the opponent to put a bigger defender on him, freeing up the defense on Butler. Another detail is Lauri works the corners more than Murphy, even playing off ball. The Warriors vets still tend to occupy the space at the top of the key. Lauri might slot in more smoothly. As for the defensive end, Lauri has experience guarding the perimeter in big lineups, has the basic rotation fundamentals. Murphy plus Butler feels like two standard size forwards, while Lauri gives the closing lineup a height advantage. Warriors basketball thrives on chaos. Those extra 3 or 4 inches could mean the difference in a possession or two. Of course, whether it is Murphy or Lauri, closing the deal is what matters. But if you are spending firsts, I hope the Warriors swing for the fences. 2 firsts for Porter seems close in price, but the difference in value might be huge.